could end up with fines or accounts being banned essentially.
Hi there and welcome to From Ideas to Results. I'm joined by Adam from our paid team here at Sleeping Giant Media. We're going to be talking about all the things that have been happening in the last 30 days in the world of paid. We are talking about Google's automatic content extraction policy. Can you just give us an overview of what that is?
Google Merchant Center has now started or offered a feature where you can automatically use content that is featured within your marketing emails to update the listings that you're seeing within the Merchant Center. So that will primarily focus on promotions and offers. So if you've got sort of a 10% promotion running, that will then be added to your product listings, but it'll also include sort of your social media links and any sort of brand images or brand videos.
Could be a good time saver, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Google Merchant Center is very much moving towards sort of more of an automated rather than sort of the old XML feeds, scraping the content from the website now. So essentially you just need to make sure that your marketing emails or marketing content aligns nicely with your website. Otherwise it could sort of create some confusions there.
So any risks to this other than potentially that confusion? You're saying that differences between what you might be emailing out to somebody over here and then what you're showing to people via the Merchant Center?
Yeah, I guess the main risk is making sure that that content aligns and making sure that the content that is fed into Merchant Center from the emails isn't sort of too bespoke for sort of your top performing audience segments. And say if it was some bespoke offers that you didn't want the general public to see, then you'd need to make sure that Google wasn't be able to see that.
Include that, yeah. And the other thing you mentioned from a Google perspective was that there's now advertising at the top and the bottom, which has always been, but they're now two separate auction models.
So there's always been around 6 ads on each results page. You previously wouldn't be able to feature in both of those.
And that was 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom.
Yes, 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom would be the sort of the standard, and you'd either feature in the top 3 or the bottom 3. Now they're running them as separate auctions, so it means you can enter into both of those. So you could have a sort of an ad in position 2 and then an ad in position 4 as well at the bottom of the page. Google are saying that there's sort of going to be a 10% boost in sort of ad relevance and then a 14% increase in conversions from the bottom ad section. We're yet to see sort of how that is going to impact ads truly, because as we all know, that sort of number of people that reach the bottom of the page has sort of dwindled over the last few years especially.
Do you know if you opt into this?
The only real controls would be to not use automated bidding, but yeah, there's no sort of way to opt out of it currently.
Because it's interesting, I know historically, I remember a statistic that sticks on my mind forever, which is around the SEO. If you rank within SEO and then you're also in paid, Google would always talk about a 22% incremental uplift by having two placements. So yeah. I'm guessing it's tapping into that logic.
They have said that you won't sort of be bidding against each other in 2 ad positions. It'll be interesting to see the different sort of prices or average cost per click they associate with the top and the bottom. You would imagine the top would always be more expensive.
Cool. And finally, we're looking at Microsoft moving over to the world of Bing. They've increased their scrutiny around consent mode.
We all know that Google have rolled out sort of major changes to how they view consent mode and have started enforcing it sort of for all advertisers. Microsoft has previously been lagging behind that a bit, wasn't really sort of a major priority. However, they're now sort of enforcing that. So you need to have consent mode installed on Microsoft, otherwise you will sort of see some ad delivery restrictions, or you could end up with fines or accounts being banned essentially.
I know something that our data team have been sort of talking about for a while and been implementing, and it's not a massive implementation piece there for.
No, it's largely to do with cookies and making sure that you aren't firing sort of the tags before people have consented.
Well, there we go. Everything that has happened in the last 30 days in the world of paid. Hope you found that useful. If you'd like to find out more information, do check out our socials and our website. And if not, we'll see you again next month.